Sundari, it's a little bit dark.
Alert. This meeting is being recorded. Alert.
Do I start now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Good evening, everyone on call today. So myself, Soundarya, a member of Rotary Bangalore Abilities, who is also a literacy chairperson. So I would be hosting today's session. I also would like to extend a very warm welcome to the guest from EquiBeing Foundation, Rotary Bangalore Downtown, Rotary Bangalore Ullal, and our very own Rotarians from Rotary Bangalore Abilities. So before we begin, we will begin the session with the collaring of precedents. So over to, and in completion of the collaring of precedent, I also request President Rotarian Kameshwari to call the meeting to order.
I just collared myself and I'm calling the meeting to order.
Thank you, Kameshwari. So now I request Rotarian Sushila ma'am to render the invocation for the session.
Sushila, have you joined?
Sushila shared
Yeah,
the
you
meeting
just joined. Sushila, can you start with the invocation? We just...
Hi.
Hi.
Kameshwari, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you are audible, Sushma.
Yeah. Okay. Shall I start?
Please. Yes.
Okay. शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृत्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम् ॐ शान्तिः. Thank you.
Thank you, Sushila ma'am. That was a good one. So next up, we have the welcome address by the President. So I request President Rotarian Kameshwari to address the gathering. Over to you, Kameshwari.
Thank you, Soundarya. So a very warm welcome to everybody present here. First of all, I would like to welcome President Rotarian Madhavi from Rotary Bangalore Ullal. And I will also welcome President Arvinda RD from Rotary Bangalore Downtown. But I think he's traveling. He could not make it. A big thanks to these two of my co-presidents to have joined hands with us this day to conduct this joint club meeting. And a very warm welcome to our to members from Rotary Bangalore Ullal, Rotary Bangalore Downtown, and other clubs as well, and our very own dear RB Ability members. So thank you so much for joining on this Sunday evening to understand and to know the incredible work being done by EquiBeing Foundation in the field of education, sports, and employment of persons with disabilities. A very warm welcome to, of course, our dear speaker, Dr. Sugant R from EquiBeing Foundation. And with no more ado, over to you back to Soundarya to continue with the meeting today. Thank you.
Thank you, Kameshwari. So now I request President Rotarian Madhavi ma'am from Rotary Bangalore Ullal to introduce the guest speaker for today's session. Over to you, Madhavi ma'am.
Thank you, Soundarya. Namaste. Good evening, everyone. So it's an honor for me to introduce such
Join the meeting alert.
person, Dr. Sugant. Dr. Sugant, Director, Group
Has joined the meeting alert.
at EquiBeing Foundation, has had a distinguished career for about 35 years in industry, academia, and as an entrepreneur prior to his switch to social sector. During his corporate career of over 15 years, Dr. Sugant held diverse leadership responsibilities in the areas of international logistics, sales, business development, and as head of profit center in Wipro and HCL. His role in academics saw him serve with distinction as professor and founding head of the MBA program at Jain University, as professor and head of career service at SDM Institute of Management Development, Mysore, and as a dean in School of Management and School of Economics and Commerce at CMR University, Bangalore. Currently, he spearheads the growth of EquiBeing Foundation, an organization that is working towards breaking barriers and creating new possibilities for the blind and visually impaired. So here is our eminent speaker, Dr. Sugant. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Madhavi ma'am. And thank you very much, Rotary, specifically Kameshwari and Rotary Bangalore Abilities, and also Rotary Bangalore Downtown and Rotary Bangalore Ullal for inviting me for this speaker session. Over the next 20 minutes, I would just like to run you through what exactly EquiBeing is doing, and then possibly we would take up some Q&A. And then after that, we will try to close it. So this in reality is, I'm having a slide in front of me, which talks about the scenario of blind in India. If you look at it, we have about 25% of the world's blind are in India. And India is the blind capital of the world. But what is more worrying is not just the numbers, but the last two boxes, if you look at it, we are talking about 50% of the children with blindness and visual impairment are not in school, and 9 out of 10 blind and visually impaired individuals are out of employment. And this is sort of, this problem is aggravated by how we treat blind and blindness in India, leading to social exclusion. And there are a lot of stigma and stereotypes, which means that, we are looking at blind as dependent, incapable, or as a burden. Lack of opportunities and support systems, and poor social skills. And of course, the blind schools are not helping this cause any further. Because if we see that most of the blind schools are run more as an institutions of charity, which means that, they are being fed and they are being provided the residential accommodation, but they don't really excel in academic outcome or in developing a person holistically. So that is where I think, we found that there are a lot of work need to be done, and that is where EquiBeing Foundation has been established. In fact, if you look at it, EquiBeing Foundation was founded by one Dr. Ananthalakshmi, who herself is a blind and visually impaired individual. But of course, she had a very stellar professional career in companies like Philips, Honeywell, and Fidelity Investment, wherein she was the vice president. And of course, after that, she also went on to do her PhD from Tata Institute of Social Sciences. And then she established the EquiBeing Foundation. If you look at it, we work on 3 key pillars. One is education. The second is the sports, health and well-being. As of now, we are focusing more on sports. And of course, the other one is the livelihood. And our mission is to mainstream visually impaired by breaking barriers. Why mainstream? Because today, the individuals with blindness and visually impaired are invisible, whether they are in organization, whether they are in society, whether they are in community. Somehow I think, they are not at all visible at all. So we would like to mainstream them by helping them break barriers and creating new possibility. And in this, our approach is to work at 3 levels. We work with the beneficiaries at the ground level, transforming them. And then we work with multipliers. The multipliers can be the school teachers, the school leadership, the disability department officers. So that is where we are looking at multipliers, wherein they'll be able to amplify the impact. And at the highest level, we work with the government to ensure systemic changes. Now, in this, the key program, as what we said, the first and foremost is that education, the holistic education initiative, wherein what we would like to do is empower the visually impaired with essential digital literacy skills, including assistive tech and tools, to enhance communication and presentation skills, which will enable them to have self-expression. So it is not just as a spoken English, but enable them to have self-expression. And of course, it will lead to confidence. And we also do sports in the school, again, to enhance physical fitness and mobility. And not only that, but of course, to leading to a life of independence. And we also do the teacher training. So this program, if you look at it, we will have sessions, which means that EquiBeing facilitators are there in the school, and we take them through the communication skills, especially in English or in mother tongue. We will have at least 2 sessions per week, per batch is what we do. The same thing to do with the digital literacy program also. So we have cluster resource persons who teach this digital literacy and EquiSpeak in the school. And then we have this health and well-being, wherein we conduct health camp and nutrition. And we have EquiSport, or the weekly sports sessions, wherein we deploy the sports teachers, wherein they are there in the school every day for about 2 hours to ensure that the children are playing and they are, if the school doesn't have space, at least they are doing yoga or other fitness or other exercise-related activities. So this is a 3-year program. Initially, we start with a 1-year intervention, and then we go on to continue for the next 2 years. So right now, we are supporting about 18 schools, 12 in Karnataka, and 4 in Kerala, and 4 in Maharashtra. Sorry, 2 in Maharashtra. And of course, another 2 schools in Mumbai, we are discussing with them. So that also, if we take it, it will be about 20 schools, impacting about 900 plus children. Of course, in Karnataka, if you look at it, we are not working with any blind schools in Bangalore, because we know that Bangalore is much better supported and they are much better run. So we are more in the rural areas, starting from Mysore to Ramnagara to Tumkur to Kunigal to Ranebennur, Davangere, Kalburgi, Hubli, Haveri. So these are the places where we are working. The other program is, can I request others to mute their, mute themselves, please? Yeah. So the other thing is, we are also looking at sports, swimming for the blind. So this again is something which it started with an initiative in Kerala, wherein we found that the blind are the worst affected whenever a flood or a natural calamity happens, which of late it has been happening with higher frequency. But later on, we realized that it not only helps in building water safety and confidence, but it also builds that kind of an independence and resilience. And more importantly, it also helps them to be engaged with the society. And another thing which we found is, if a parent is able to see a child who is visually impaired and blind swimming, they also get a confidence that, yes, my child can lead a life of independence. Not only the parents, but even the community also. So that way we were able to change that social perception as well. And of course, this went on to support certain competitive swimming opportunities. For example, I think till now we have trained close to about 280 children and youth is whom we have trained. But out of this, if you look at it, there are about 10 of them. They showed a lot of promise. They said that they were keen on taking additional coaching, which we sponsored, and they went on to win medals 21 medals are till now they have won in state and national, about 17 in the state championship and about 4 in the national para championship. In fact, as we speak right now, we have taken about 6 people, 6 youth is whom we have taken, and we are training them in the Center for Disability Sports in Gwalior. Right now, when they are undergoing training, because the national para swimming is happening in Hyderabad on November 18th. So as we speak, they are undergoing a 10-day training program there. 6 of our children, whom we will be deputing them for that para swimming competition. So this again is a 12-day camp with about 1 hour session per day. And we have done these camps across Karnataka, Kerala, and Maharashtra. And about, when I say 280, totally we have trained, out of which about 240 are children, another 40 are youth. And we also conducted 2-day train the trainer program for swimming instructors on adaptive swimming. We have come up with our own manual, which is going to be uploaded by the Government of India, Ministry of Social Justice in their website. And this is something because we have an MOU with the Government of India for conducting a certificate program in swimming coaches, how we can train the swimming coaches on adaptive swimming. So that, in fact, this year till now, we have trained about 120 swimming coaches is whom we have trained. And we are planning to train another 30 this year. And our aim is these swimming coaches, they will get into the community. And if they can, each one can train about 10 in a year, which means that 1,500 blind and visually impaired individuals, they will be able to reach out. So that is where that multiplier effect is coming in. And the skill development is the third program which we are having. And in skill development, if you look at it, this is the pilot which we are starting. I'm sure that there are a lot of organizations that have been doing it, but most of the organizations, they end up doing this digital literacy. And after digital literacy, we don't know exactly what is happening to them. Are they getting employed and things like that? Because we found that not just training, but we also need to work with them on a one-on-one basis to build up that confidence, to give that life skills and social skills and build that confidence, and so that they'll be able to come out of their home, come out of their protective zone, and then they will be able to get into an employment. So this we have started with a pilot in Mysore, about 120 youth is whom we are proposing to train. So this is being done in partnership with Infosys Foundation. So what we do is, of course, it starts with the mobility training and the communicative English and digital literacy and adaptive technologies. These are all something which are the basic minimum which everybody goes through. But over and above that, it is going to be based on their age, qualification. Are they a college dropout? Are they a school dropout? Are they a graduate? So based on that, we would like to train them on different skills. Either it can be, something related to, computers. If you look at it, we would like to train them on coding. If it is going to be on packaging, or it can be, we are looking at some offbeat kind of careers also. Like, for example, like food tasters is another thing which we are looking at it. We are trying to work with this Central Food Technology Research Institute in Mysore and see whether that kind of an enablement can it be done. So we are trying to look at various possibilities. Of course, this is the pilot which we have started in Mysore. And as we said, the programs are one part, and these programs by itself may not really create an impact. So we have that foundational element where we talk about research, advocacy, and policy and community outreach. For example, if I were to start from community outreach, the last year in the government blind school in Mysore, we had only about somewhere around 24 children were there. Whereas now, after we started getting into it and we did a lot of community work, and then from the 24, the admission has gone up to about 46. So we were able to really see how we can bring in children from the community into the school. And then even for this livelihood program also, we are going from taluk to taluk in Mysore district and trying to identify the beneficiaries, and we are bringing them for the program. So the community outreach is a very important part. And the research is something where right now we are doing some 3 research. One is a banking accessibility study, impact of swimming on blind children, and social perception study about the blindness. So this banking accessibility study, it has thrown up a glaring gap in the banking system, both in internet banking as well as in ATM. And this we again applied, we sent an RTA application wherein we could get a lot of information. And with that, we went on to meet the regional director of Reserve Bank of India, and then we made a representation to them. And now, in fact, on 18, we are meeting the Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India and going to present to them, what are our findings and how this can be, changed in the coming years. And in the other advocacy and the policy efforts, in fact, with our constant advocacy efforts, if you look at it, of enabling government blind schools to be centers of excellence, a budget of about 2.5 crore has been sanctioned by the government of Karnataka in the 25-26 budget for upgrading the government blind school Mysore. Of course, how much is going to be spent in this financial year, we are just keeping our fingers crossed. But of course, the budget has been approved, and we are also entered into an MOU with the Government of India, Ministry of Social Justice, to do a first of its kind FLN study, Foundational Literacy and Numeracy Study for blind and visually impaired children. So this is going to be a pilot study. We have initiated it this year. We have also got the grant from the Government of India for this. And then we are also taking up this importance of swimming as a tool of building confidence and independence. Again, for this, we have signed an MOU with the Government of India, Atal Bihari Vajpayee Center for Disability Sports, Gwalior, and with Sports Kerala Foundation, Government of Kerala, wherein to start with, we are starting this certification program for the swimming coaches. And of course, going forward, our vision is to push swimming for all the blind children in all the blind schools in India. That is something which we are looking at as a very serious advocacy effort. And about EquiBeing, if you look at it, we are a highly diverse and highly competent team. And of course, it consists of PhDs and MPhils and PGs and with engineering background. And of course, about 22% of our colleagues, they are also having a lived experience by they themselves are blind and visually impaired. And we have these MOUs with state governments and with Government of India. And of course, we are also working in 18 schools and universities and colleges. These are some of our partners, if you look at it, to call them out: Infosys Foundation and Cochin Shipyard and AT&T, HP, Excelsoft, SG Analytics, Social Venture Partners India, Living My Promise. And of course, Government of India is another thing. In fact, we were able to get this public sector also. The Cochin Shipyard is one, and a proposal has been approved by BEML, Bharat Earth Movers Limited also. It has been approved now. We are waiting for the grant to be received. So we have been working extensively, and we have seen that though we are just a 3-year young organization, we have achieved more, and we know that there is miles to go, is what we are looking for. And this is something, where we need your support to transform one blind school. If you look at it, we are talking about this holistic education initiative. If you have to transform one blind school, the investment required is about 7.25 lakhs. And for conducting a swimming camp for 100 children, if I were to take it, we are talking about 10 camps is what we are looking at. So that comes to about 12.5 lakh. On an average, about 1.25 lakh per camp is what it works out, about 12.5 lakh for transforming 100 children. And the skill development and livelihood program that we would like to initiate in Bangalore also, we are looking at it for the batch of about 20 participants that would cost about 7.5 lakhs. This is something, which about the program part. The other thing is there are 2 activities which we are planning in Bangalore in the near future. One is the Karnataka State Inter-School Blind Chess Competition. So this, the first Karnataka State Inter-School Blind Chess Competition, last year we conducted in Mysore. This is the second Karnataka State Blind Chess Competition, which we are planning to conduct in Bangalore on December 13th and 14th. So this would require an investment of about 6.5 lakh. And the other is the EquiBeing Karnataka inter-school sports tournament. I mean, why we said EquiBeing called out specifically is because this is meant only for the school supported by EquiBeing, whereas the chess tournament is open for all the blind schools in Karnataka, whereas this will be open, the sports competition is open only for the schools whom we are supporting, because we are doing this sports activity over there. And then it is not only a sports tournament, but also a talent showcase, which means that we have been doing this digital literacy, we have been doing this communication skills. They will also be coming and making a presentation. So this is something which is happening on January 31st and February 1st of 2026. So this will require an investment of about 11.5 lakh. So this is something, I mean, which we are looking at raising funds at this point of time. And yes, I think, I mean, if there are individuals who are willing to contribute, so that would work out about 22,500 per child per year for, I mean, building confidence and independence of blind children through technology, communication skills, and sports in blind schools. So these are the areas where we need your support. And with that, I'm coming to an end of my presentation. So we would request you to join us in our journey to create more inclusive and compassionate workspace. So I would be happy to answer questions, if any, you have.
Doctor, this is Madhvi Shrikant once again.
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you pick the students from the rural area and bring them to Mysore or Bangalore centers? How you will them?
No, we don't have any center, ma'am. We directly work with the blind schools only.
Okay.
We support the blind schools. We deploy our own resource person in the blind schools. Now, only for this competition, I mean, we are bringing them to Bangalore. So that there, they will be accompanied by the teachers.
Okay.
They will not be coming alone. For example, I mean, from each school, depending on, I mean, 2 to 3. For example, in the sports and all, we are restricting it to a max of 6 children from each school. So they will be accompanied by minimum of 2 teachers will be coming. And of course, in sports, we also have our facilitator in the school. So he or she will also be accompanied. Only for these 2 events, they are coming to Bangalore. Otherwise, we work with the blind schools at their location only.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any other question? I see that Tejaswini madam also has joined. Ma'am, good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Sugant.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm doing good. Fine, thank you. It's good that this meeting is happening today.
Yeah,
And
thank you very much,
know
ma'am.
so much about EquiBeing.
Audio now unmuted alert.
So anything else, any other queries, questions you have? I mean, I can also share this deck as well.
Good evening, sir. My name is Raghavendra. I
Yes,
am
sir.
also Rotarian of RBA.
Yes,
So
sir.
I would like to know, you are concentrating, this swimming training for children. So how about elders like me? So if anybody from us wants to learn or undergo through this training or enjoy this sporting, so what are the opportunities are available for persons like us?
Okay. See, as of now, I mean, it is more of children. Why it is? Because we are already working in the blind school. We are able
Yes.
to get them easily, and we are not able to take any effort to reach them. Suppose if you find that there are about 10 of you are
Audio
here
now unmuted
in
alert.
Bangalore, because in Bangalore, what we have done is we have not worked with any children for swimming. We have done some 3 camps in Bangalore, but these were done for youth who are there in the hostels. Is what we have done. 1 batch for exclusively for women and girls we have done. But of course, I mean, all of them happen to be college students. So they are in college. But if there are any adults are there also, we are definitely open to conducting this program. The only thing is, I mean, we have not really done this outreach. So for us, it is easy to get into in Bangalore, these 3 batches are for adults only, but we found it easier to reach them to the hostel. The blind hostels, I mean, where they are there because they are there together. So we were able to get them. And most of them were youth in the sense that, I mean, they are less than 30 years, less than 30, 32 years. I mean, either they are college students or they might have just completed their college. So those kind of people. But if there are others are there, yes, we would be happy to train them.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Anybody?
Dr. Sugant, today your Anantalakshmi, Dr. Anantalakshmi is there today?
No, she has not joined. She has not joined in the meeting.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question. How does the government support, sir? How many percentage of blind people are working in government organizations? Sir? Like, what is the percentage?
Okay. No, I mean, I don't have any data about how many people are working in the government. I mean, having said that, yes, I think, I mean, we always have that disability quota is there. 1% is supposed to be for visually impaired and things like that. But the reality is, even if they are working, somehow I think, I mean, they are not able to have a career in the government. So they are working. In fact, we were discussing with, we had one of our colleagues who is working with the government of Kerala. In fact, I mean, he was employed there, but he became so frustrated within a year because he was not doing anything of value. He is getting salary every day, I mean, every month he is getting the salary. But I think, I mean, beyond that, he is not given any work and people don't interact with him. And he is not treated as somebody as a, I mean, a proper co-worker. So there is a lot of things, I mean, which we need to do, which we need to work with the government, which we need to work with the corporates to see that even in that, when we talk about our livelihood program, one of the things, I mean, what we are looking at is we wanted to train the corporates also on how they can create an enabling environment for the blind and visually impaired. Including it can be technology, it can be even, when I say blind, I mean enabling environment, it can even be an enabling social environment, which means that they need to treat everybody as one among them. It cannot be that, yes, I think, I mean, they are somebody unique or anything like that. So that is something, I mean, which we are looking at doing. The exact numbers, I don't have it with me right now ready. Yes, I
so
think.
Because we have to give them a skill training so that how they can survive, like that is the thing. Because I have been associated with Rakum School of Blind because I just donate a leave of, I don't do anything other than that. So I don't know whether Rotary can do something about it, like because they have to survive in the world, sir, because they have been treated separately, you know.
Absolutely. In fact, I think, I mean, that is where we found that, for example, we have 3 of our, people are blind colleagues are there right now, if you look at it. Other than, there are 3 girls are there, I mean, who are working in, one is there in Ranebennur, one is there in Tumkur, and one is there in Hubli. I mean, these people are working there as a cluster resource person. So they are all independent and we constantly work with them on how to build that. So it is not enough just we train them. I mean, just training alone will not enough. So which means that constantly we need to work and we need to, I mean, showcase other blind achievers, what they have been able to do and how they are conducting themselves. So that way, I think, I mean, our founder, she herself is a role model. So she is able to, I mean, motivate them. She is able to take them forward. I mean, that is one of the important things which we are looking at in this livelihood program. So otherwise, I think, I mean, what happens, in fact, we did hire a couple of blind individuals and they said initially they came up with a lot of promise, but this hand holding, we couldn't do them properly. And we sent one person to Kalburgi, one person to Hubli, and within 2 to 3 weeks, they quit. They could not even, I mean, continue. Initially they said, yes, I mean, they will do this, they will do that. They can be independent and things like that, but they were not able to survive in the work environment beyond about 2 to 3 weeks. So then we realized that, yes, I think, I mean, they need to be done lot more hand holding, lot more, I mean, working with them to, I mean, not just the technical skills, but the personalities is what we need to work with them constantly.
They need a lot of emotional support.
Alongside
Maybe the
Congress,
society has
Alert.
got a greater role to play, sir. That's what my opinion.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree.
So we have to, unless we change our perspective. So I don't know.
Yes.
Then maybe you to have a lot of success stories to share, sir. Then maybe they get influenced. Like Indian women's won the World Cup. That will really. We need a success story, no, sir. That's what.
Correct, 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 correct. Yeah, a lot more thing, I mean, need to be done. In fact, we are just starting actually because in the schools where we work, if you look at it, most of the schools in Karnataka, except perhaps the government blind school in Mysore, all the schools are having only till class 7. But after class 7, what happens to the children? They get into the mainstream schools. And in mainstream schools, again, they become again invisible, which means that, I mean, whether it is right or wrong, should they be there in the blind school continuously? Should they be there in the mainstream school? But the fact of the matter is, after 7, when they get there also, they don't learn anything, which means that they go to the school every day and they come back. But I think, I mean, there is no enabling, inclusive environment in the school. There are no special educators in the school. So it's a bit tricky situation. I mean, it takes a lot of, I mean, systemic change is what we need to work on. When you said that, yes, the society also need to be there. You're absolutely right.
Dr. Sugant, I have one question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
There is this Indian Blind Sports Association at New Delhi.
Yes.
How are you? I mean, is there a way that you can connect to them? Because there are a lot of promotion compared to earlier
Right.
For Para-Olympic Committee,
Right.
sports in India,
Right.
and Indian participation in international level.
Right.
Can you affiliate yourself connect or network with other countries? Here, what I'm saying is, in a particular sport nowadays, there are a lot of people connecting with South Asian countries and South Asian countries where they have sports association and affiliation for a particular sport for training and for exposure for Indian
Got it,
sports.
got it. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I think, I mean, we can definitely connect. See, for us, if you look at it, as of now, the sports is not something which we have the expertise, and it takes lot of resources. For example, I mean, we wanted to pick up one youth, and we wanted to prepare them for 2028 Paralympics. If you look at it, it requires at least about 5 to 6 lakhs a year to prepare someone for the Paralympics, if you really look at it. Now, I mean, do we have to do it, or should we be doing it? For that same 5 to 6 lakhs, I can work with one blind school and see that there is a lot of visible transformation for about somewhere around 40 children. Or for the same 5 to 6 lakhs, I can work with at least about some 15 blind schools and see that I can provide them livelihood. So what I should be doing is a big question, because we are not into sports. We neither have competence for that. But I mean, why we started this was, we started with swimming, not to produce Paralympians or Olympic swimmers, but we started it as an initiative to build confidence. But this came as an incidental thing, and we have been doing it. But it is very cost intensive, and unfortunately, if you look at it, the swimming is one area where we are not able to get funding either. I mean, there are NGOs which are working purely on creating Olympian sports and things like that. Possibly they may be able to get funds easily, but as an NGO which is working with the other, I mean, areas of visual impairment, if you look at it, we are finding it really difficult to get funding for the sports activity, especially the CSR funding and things like that. So that way we are trying to see, I mean, where we should be playing us. So that is where we are working with the Center for Disability Sports of the Government of India. So this is a facility in Gwalior. It is set up by the Government of India, and they have a beautiful full-fledged facility being set up there. where they are promoting not only the blind, but of course, it is for the disability. So we are partnering with them for coaching the swimming coaches. And we would like to see that whether they can take it up and they can create that amplifying effect, or the systemic change is something which can be brought in. So as of now, that Indian Sports Association, I mean, what Blind Sports Federation, what you talked about, yes, I think we will definitely look at it. We will try and tie up and things like that. But we are not geared up for all the sports. We are focused only on that swimming part is what we are focused on.
Yeah.
From past president and membership chair Rotary Arvind to everyone, others please mute yourself alert. Hold up, you want to do it?
Dr. Sugant, will you be able to share your contact details in the
Yes, it is
chat
there.
here
I'll
so
put it up
that-
in the chat box. Yeah.
Yes, and I think it might be there in the presentation also, right?
It is there in the presentation. Anyway, I'll put it in the chat box also.
Yeah, so we'll be sharing the presentation and we'll be putting up this session on our YouTube channel and sharing the link as well. So anybody who could not join can go through the session in detail.
From Dr. Sugant EquiBeing to everyone, Sugant at EquiBeingFoundation.org alert. From Dr. Sugant EquiBeing. Audio now unmuted alert.
Any more questions, please?
33 has left the meeting alert. Hold up, you want to do it?
I think if we do not have any more questions, then we can close the session for today. And we'll be sharing the recording and we'll also be sharing we'll also be sharing the YouTube link. So over to you, Soundarya.
Yeah. So I request Chandana to render the vote of thanks as we have come to the end of the session. Over to you, Chandana.
Hi everyone, a very good evening to all of you. First of all, a very big thank you to everyone who have joined on this lovely Sunday evening for this wonderful speaker session. So firstly, I would like to thank Dr. Sugant for accepting our invite and for giving a wonderful talk about EquiBeing and really very inspiring work that they are doing. And also Ananta Lakshmi ma'am is also a very good speaker. And, she was part of our installation event. She was a chief guest for our installation event. So really happy to meet you here again, sir. So thank you so much for joining us. So I would also like to extend my hearty thanks to our co-partnering clubs today, Rotary Bangalore Midtown and Rotary Bangalore Ullal. So the presidents and members of Rotary Bangalore Midtown and Ullal, thank you so much for co-partnering with us for this event. And thank you so much for all our Rotarians, guests, and each one of you who have joined this session today. So thank you so much.
Ma'am, it's downtown, not midtown, ma'am.
Sorry, downtown. Sorry for my Rotary Bangalore downtown and Rotary Bangalore Ullal. Thank you so much for all the Rotarians, members, and guests for joining us for the session today. Sorry for my mistake.
Thank you very much, all of you, and Kameshwari and Tejaswini madam. So thank you very much. I think
Incidentally, I just want to share this information. Today I was telling with my family, we were just discussing about this meeting. My son Abhay Simha has taken care of
Please Recontest join the meeting alert.
helping you to make the trust deed for EquiBeing.
Okay.
He's a lawyer himself.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, and he has helped your foundation make the trust deed.
Oh, is it lovely? Okay.
Oh, he was telling, Amma, is it with Dr. Ananta?
Okay.
So I said yes. Then he said, Amma, I helped them make their foundation trust.
Audio now unmuted alert.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay.
Small world.
It's a small world. Yes.
Yes, very small world. Yes.
Yeah.
So wishing you all the best, Dr. Sugant and Team EquiBeing. And thanks to our President Kameshwari and team of Rotary Bangalore Abilities.
Thank you.
So I just, Soundarya, can you
Yeah,
proceed with the
I request President Rotarian Kameshwari to adjourn the meeting.
I'm just removing my caller. I adjourn the meeting for today. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Dr. Sugant EquiBeing has left the meeting alert.